Nice to meet you. Shirley.
A picture-perfect start for this trade mission from the United States, making Hong Kong its first stop on a tour of China's Pearl River Delta region. City and state leaders were among more than 50 delegates, led by Vinay Thumapalli, the head of a U.S. program which seeks economic investment.
This is bringing economic development organizations and service providers from the U.S. To have transactional interaction with investors both in Hong Kong and southern China.
For the United States, China is the fastest growing source of foreign direct investment, and Hong Kong is seen as a critical partner.
Approximately 60% of outward investment coming out of China comes through Hong Kong institutions. Hong Kong investment in the United States is in the range of little over $9.1 billion. China's is around $10.5 billion. So it's roughly 90% of what China's investment is, mainland China's. So Hong Kong is a major player in the investment space.
The trip was also a chance for the U.S. trade official to touch base with the Hong Kong Trade Development Council's Deputy Executive Director Raymond Yip to discuss the Pacific Bridge Initiative. Set up in 2010 in response to the U.S. National Export Initiative, the Hong Kong-U.S. partnership helps American companies take advantage of what Hong Kong has to offer.
We believe Hong Kong will continue to play a critical role in facilitating Chinese companies, Chinese investors, Chinese entrepreneurs, Chinese SMEs to use the Hong Kong services to go overseas.
In 2013, the HKTDC organized Think Asia, Think Hong Kong in New York and then in Los Angeles, and now this delegation with SelectUSA here in Hong Kong in the Pearl River Delta. What do you think is important about these business gatherings?
At the end of the day, business takes place between parties that trust each other. So what these missions do is it sort of raises the level of trust, reduces the level of doubt and suspicion. We believe these missions are helpful, necessary for business transactions to take place, and SelectUSA stands ready to assist these missions in the future. In fact, just today we talked to Mr. Yip. He's bringing a delegation, he's planning to bring a delegation in September, and they've identified 4 cities in the US, and he's looking for specific industry sectorial data and analysis. So we already started that conversation just in the last hour and a half.
The April 2014 SelectUSA mission also illustrated how U.S. communities large and small are reaching out to markets in Asia, with Hong Kong as a willing partner.
This is a very unique city, and the fact that you have access to the Asia and the Chinese investors particularly, but you also have the Western culture and the European culture, and so it's a faster moving, freer type system, which means you can do things quicker and easier in Hong Kong.
I think that Hong Kong kind of reminds me a little bit of Chicago. It's an area that has a lot of different assets and amenities that they also can tell the story outside of Hong Kong. So if we're here in Hong Kong telling our story, that might get spread out across the rest of Asia.
It is the location you would go for legal advice, accounting advice and services, and legal services, and kind of trade experience, being a British colony for hundreds of years, and now a part of China, but still some autonomy, gives it a great uniqueness that makes Hong Kong very, very attractive for anyone wanting to do business with mainland China, which is a massive growing market, a massive opportunity.